So to add a simple assignment to a Google Classroom, a piece of work for homework or maybe for schoolwork, then what we're going to do is create this assignment now. To do this, as you can see, we have different sections on Google Classroom. This section is basically what I would call a Facebook wall with all the different posts that you are going to post as a teacher. But in this section, we need to show you how to do classwork. So we're going to show you this section next. We need to click on Classwork. Once we've done this, we can click on Create. Once you're on here, we'll click on Assignment. Now we need to give this work a title. So think of this as clear as possible for the students. So this one is Family, and it's Spanish Classwork. Now think of instructions you're going to give them. So consider that if you aren't delivering this lesson face-to-face, or you don't record a video, how might you want them to carry out these tasks? So complete the worksheets as instructed. Obviously, you may want to give more detail if the worksheets are not obvious. Now go to Add and click on Google Drive. So before we added the work that we want the students to complete, so we're now going to either go to Recent, which are these ones, or we could go to My Drive and actually find the work that we want them to do and where we stored it before. So I made the folder Work for Spanish Lesson, and then I'm going to simply select the folders. You can do this by selecting more than one at once by pushing Control, or for the sake of simplicity, you could just add one at a time. And as you can see, you can do either of these two options using the recently uploaded button or the My Drive. Now you might consider how you want to share this. For example, if this was a PowerPoint, you might want to make it so students can only view this, as you don't want them to edit it. But what I would recommend, because you're handing out worksheets, would be to use the Make a Copy for Each Student. This is the equivalent of getting a worksheet, photocopying it and handing it out in lesson. And at the end of the lesson, they're either going to stick it in the books or hand it back. Once you've done this, this will now mean that every student, when they join your classroom, either in the future or have already, will get an exact copy of this document for them for each individual student. Now we might want to consider on the right-hand side what we can do with these features. I would recommend using due date for homework or classwork. Basically, you can select a date and you can select a time that you want them to have handed it in for. And what it will do is put that timer to say they can't hand it in any later than this. So you might want to put it on March the 20th at, say, 8 p.m. because hopefully they should have completed the work by then. And this will now not only apply this to the actual lesson, but in their calendar, it will put a date for when this homework is due. Now, you might want to consider what topic they are doing. I would recommend creating a topic if you want to separate your classroom. This could be as simple as classwork and homework. But what you could do is actually create this in topics. So it could be family, colour, new numbers. So you can start to separate by what you think is the most relevant to make your lessons run smoothly. Once you've done this, you've now created a basic assignment. Now all we need to do is hit Assign. One final option you have here is if you want to drop down the actual menu, you can schedule this in. So say, for example, you made a lesson on Monday, for Monday. What you could do is spend a couple of hours potentially making the lessons for the rest of the month, or however long we need it for. And basically then the assignments will appear at that time when you schedule it. For now, we're just going to do Assign. Well done. You've made your first assignment in Google Classroom. Hopefully you can see how simple this is. For now, this is going to be a basic tutorial just to show you how to use the fundamentals. Thank you.